Ovechkin on the verge of history. So who's there? The families in the building, the great ones in the building, the commissioners in the building, and here it was.
Chikrin through center. Send in Wilson on the flank. Cross ice. Ovechkin fires. Score! The chasing days are done! Alex Ovechkin is the greatest goal scorer in the history of the NHL.
Joe Bonanati with the call on goal number 895 for Alexander Ovechkin. And so let it be said, he has now scored more goals than Wayne Gretzky or any other player in the history of the National Hockey League. And the reactions were everywhere, inside the building and frankly all over the planet for this international sport. Ovechkin, the great eight, with the great goal. They would lose 4-1, but that certainly did not feel like part of the day.
Good for you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And it was a nice one. Yeah.
Alex, I said I'd be the first guy to shake your hand when you broke the record. And I wore this pin.
Like I always said all the time, it's a team sport, and without my boys, I would never stand there, and obviously I would never pass a great one. So, fellas, thank you very much. I love you so much, and all of you fans, for the whole world, Russian, we did it, boys. We did it. It's a history. Yeah!
What a day in every conceivable way. PK is with us. Mark Messier is up with us. And frankly, I look a little like Steve Levy. So this might as well be our hockey. This might as well be our hockey coverage for you. Mark, what do we say? You played with Gretzky, obviously, when he was at his absolute peak, and so were you. What are the right things to say on this morning when a record we never thought would fall goes down?
I have to say that I got a little emotional watching it yesterday. I have so much regard for Wayne and what he did for the game, but also being a teammate of his and watching how he included everybody in his pursuit of greatness. Watching Alex yesterday include everybody in the same way, his teammates, his family, the organization, the fans. It was a special moment for the National Hockey League, and the importance of this, it cannot be underestimated for the future of our game. As Wayne always says, records are made to be broken. And sure enough, Wayne passed Gordie Howe, who nobody thought could pass his remarkable records. And all the great players that have come in since we were playing the game, Matthews, McDavid. It's just an incredible moment for the National Hockey League, and to inspire all the boys and girls out there to really pursue their dreams and say anything's possible.
Oh, no, just second to that. Mess is spot on. Alex Ovechkin has done a spectacular job of pulling everybody into this thing. And I share the same thoughts as Mess. I was emotional, too, because the happiness that you get as an athlete, as a hockey player, to watch things get passed down, to watch records get passed down, to watch the torch get passed on. And, Wayne arguably could be one of the best ambassadors in all of pro sports. Like, who's a better ambassador for any pro sport than Wayne has been? And you see Mess and all the greats in hockey that we have, but it was on full display for the world. And I was so impressed with how he could be so sincere at showing the praise, the proper praise, to Wayne and all the greats before him, while still blazing a path for the new wave and the new guard and for the new generation. And Alex isn't a part of that new generation. He's been doing this a long time, 20 seasons. We see Sidney Crosby, 20 point-per-game seasons, breaks Wayne Gretzky's record of 19 seasons. These guys are still doing it. So for Alex, for the longest time, Wayne seemed like untouchable. He still is to me as a Canadian growing up. He'll always be that way. But Alex is the first person to make it feel like you can touch him. And to a lot of kids, that's awesome.
You played against Ovechkin. How would you describe specifically what it is that makes him so great?
For me, it's the fear. It's the fear. To me, Alex is the most feared goal scorer and maybe most feared hockey player of all time. And, the reason why I say that in my time, he definitely was. Because there's no guy that you were scared of that you knew could score from anywhere, could score from anywhere on the ice, but also physically. Alex could have hurt a lot more guys in his playing career. he could have imposed his will a lot more on guys. But that's a part of his greatness too, on knowing when to use his physicality, when to use his skill. And what people are seeing from Alex now is a shell of who he is as a player. You know, this guy's age, he's played a lot of hockey, but he played in the open ice. He played through guys' triangles. He exposed defenses. He broke down defense schematics. You watch him in the open ice. Look at this goal here, right? We're not seeing that today, but we saw this for a long time. So that's what I'm saying. You know, it's to see a guy come into the league and impact the game in so many different ways. Now he's a Stanley Cup champion. Now he's an all-time, you know, the all-time leader for goals in the NHL, but it's the way he did it. I'm going to tell you, every time he was on the ice, you felt his presence. He didn't hide from anybody. He couldn't hide. He was too big and too strong. And for me, it's the fear that he put in a lot of teams, a lot of goaltenders, and a lot of defensemen.
Mark, I'm one who more than anything appreciates and loves the history of sports. I'm old enough to remember when Gretzky was breaking the records held by Gordie Howe, who was a larger-than-life figure. I mean, Gordie Howe was larger than hockey. He was larger than anything. Wayne Gretzky has most certainly been that and remains that and will for the rest of his life. So with that as the context, like, how would you, as one who grew up in this and who yourself tasted being one of the all-time greats, put into perspective Wayne Gretzky's record falling? What does it mean?
Well, I think it means that first of all, anything is possible. I think when you talk about being a professional, reaching heights that nobody thought possible, what that means. It always hasn't been an easy road for Alex either. I mean, they had great teams long time ago, back early in his career, where they were dominating the National Hockey League, but could never get over the hump and win a Stanley Cup. Barry Trotz comes along and he develops a relationship with Alex and convinces Alex that if he wants to win a championship, that he has to change the way he plays the game. And Alex did that to his credit, and he won a Stanley Cup because of it. So you got to give Alex a lot of credit. This is a historical moment. A lot of great players have played the game.